Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also hit a quick game. That's right, you'll be able to play 5 total games with access to 4 stacked teams. Current Clippers, current Bucks, all-time Celtics, and all-time Lakers.
Oh, and the jam by Kobe Bryant.
2KU is all
an air of confidence to the Suns as they arrived earlier today. Playing in front of their home fans always puts a pounce in your step. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A beautiful day as it usually is here in Phoenix. Such a dramatic setting here in the Arizona desert. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, since Devin Booker's been in the pros, he's been able to show his ability to create. He said at Kentucky, all I shot was catch and shoot threes. I was fitting in with my team, playing off of others. But my dad always taught me the fundamentals. I don't want to rely on one thing. Being good at everything is how you earn your spot on the floor. Evan?
He's doing it all, D.A. Thanks. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Michael Porter. He's out there with Jokic. Murray out there with Will Barton. And it's Dozier in at the 2 spot. And for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball? Interesting
how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom? Well, this is what you call your big man playing big. Terrific work on the glass.
Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Oof. He is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Johnson outside. Kicks it to Bridges. And no good that time. Now Denver takes it the other way. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with the win.
Yeah, and in winning that last game, they attacked the basket aggressively, drew a lot of fouls in that game.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
Here's Booker after the Nuggets pick up 2. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to Portland. Good on the bucket. And it's 6 points for Michael Porter.
And shots like this are why people are just so high on Porter. Has such a quick release on that jumper.
Pass to Paul. Shoots with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Martin passes to Jokic. From past the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barton. The Suns have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Here's Jokic following the basket by Chris Paul. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
To the paint, here's Booker, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And this game is tied up now.
Already you see it. Booker adding the strength to take the contact and win out.
Murray outside. Down low, the 10-footer. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Johnson outside. Knocked loose and stolen by Barton. And the Nuggets pushing it up now.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Passes to Johnson. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And here is Bridges. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Booker. They get it again. Here's Ayton. And he uses the glass on the layup.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And all the two. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Big group substitution here for Denver. Morris outside. Outside for Murray. Inside, shot clock at 6, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
He misses the free throw. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless, but who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. This is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Now, here is Morris. Tight defense on him. Fires it up. The Nuggets with another miss. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 1. There's the pass to Crowder. Now here's Kaminsky, guarded by McGee. Kaminsky dishes to Payne. The kick out to Crowder. This one for 3. Rebounded by McGee. Nuggets have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. And then Gordon with the dunk.
You know that the pass is for Aaron Gordon, but his athleticism takes any defense out of the equation. Doing work, Aaron Gordon.
Now here's Crowder. Galloway, the pass to Payne. Here's Galloway, defended by Gordon. Galloway, no good. Denver leading by 3. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Bounce pass from Morris. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, the size is there, but the vertical is what really is eye-popping with Aaron Gordon.
Here's Crowder. To the left wing. There's the 3. The shot, no good. Will return shortly. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
Toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And from what we've been watching, guys, with the Nuggets, what are you seeing out there?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Morris is out there with Murray. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then it's JaMychal Green. And it's Gordon in at the 4th. Now, here is Morris. No points in the game yet for him. Murray, no good. Suns trail by 4. Crowder, the pass to Payne. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Murray outside. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Millsap finds Morris. Now, here's Green. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Murray surveying the D. Again, the miss by Murray. Well, Phoenix shooting well, 50% from the floor.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Pass to Gordon. They get a hand on it. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now here's Payne. Saric outside. A 3-ball, and there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul.
This is what we call a legitimate stretch 4. Saric showing off his range.
So both teams making some changes here. The Nuggets trail. Now Morris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Gordon. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
Phoenix shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And the Nuggets with some changes. Michael Porter, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. And it's Will Barton in for Gordon. And that one falls for Paul. So as this game always evolving, fascinating to see the players who drive that change with their unique talents find a way to do things different.
Well, probably two guys currently that have revolutionized the way the game is played. Stephen Curry, with the incredible range he has in his three-point shooting. You've got to guard him as soon as he crosses the half-court line. And honestly, if the goal would be good from the other side of the half-court, he'd probably push it to out there. And James Harden, so prolific at drawing fouls. It might be maddening to the fans of opposing teams, but James Harden has led the NBA or been at the top of the free throw attempts list for years now.
Great example. Now here's Paul following the miss by Michael Porter. Pass to Ayton. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, that's a determined scorer right there. DeAndre Ayton showing a little toughness on the interior finish.
Morris against Paul. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the game tied up here for the Nuggets.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. .52 left in the second quarter. They get it back. Dozier.
Yeah, this is the next step for DeAndre Ayton. He's got to work hard on the defensive end to make a difference.
Kicks it out to Paul. Ayton with it. 6 points for him. It's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
With the floater, Morris with the bucket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
All up top, covered by Morris. Paul can't get it to go. Denver's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Jokic passes to Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Mikal Bridges picks one up. For Denver, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
First free throw is good. JaVale McGee's checked in for Michael Porter. And Morris drops them both. 1:03 left in the first half of basketball. Paul dishes to Booker. With some arc. No good. Shot missing. And it's Denver the other way.
Got to recognize the situation. Trying to get a 2 for 1.
Well, this is where the play call is crucial, right? If you're in a 2 for 1, you've got to get the first shot quickly.
Now, here's Jokic. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Here's Dozier. Another shot. It's blocked.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Phoenix shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
shooting 2. Free throw, good. Booker.
Well, I think we know that Devin Booker is known for his shooting, but to me, guys, there's also the passing and the rebounding aspect that comes into play with him.
And so he makes both from the line.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
There's the steal. Out to the wing. Bridges passes to Šarić. McGee with the block. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Phoenix ahead, up by 2. 2K Sports, back to Phoenix after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. The game was always within a fairly narrow margin, with their largest deficit of the period being 6. They were a little more aggressive in the second quarter, and it paid off. They went from trailing to now holding a 2-point halftime lead. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. DeAndre Ayton with a strong contribution so far in this one.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Paul in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Jokic, no good.
You know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. A 2-point game. Outside Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Jokic inside. Johnson on him. It's good. Jokic has got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now here's Paul. 7 points in the game. Ayton kicks to Paul. From deep 3-point range. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
And let's see some numbers here on Jamal Murray. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it to me is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Lead by 1. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people who were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Now here's Murray. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Murray's got his second basket of the game.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low.
Here's Booker. Passes it to Ayton. All up top. Kicks it out to Booker. Bridges for 3. Nailed from three-point land. And the Suns lead by 2.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man.
Murray against Paul. Outside, Green launches it. Offensive rebound, and there's the pass to Gordon. Barton outside. Floats one. It's hauled in by the Suns. Here's Booker. Good on the shot. Booker's got the lead up to 4 now for the Suns.
Well, you love the lethal scoring ability off the dribble. Booker putting extraordinary pressure on the defense.
Denver calls timeout. Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for DeAndre. Sharge comes in for Johnson. Jay Crowder's checked in for Bridges. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Chris Paul. The Nuggets also changing it up. JaVale McGee's checked in for Green. Millsap comes in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Barton. Now here's Murray. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
And here's Crowder. Here's Kaminsky. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And Saric kicks to Crowder. A 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
You simply can't give this guy open looks. Jay Crowder is one of the best 3-and-D players in the league.
Murray outside. Unable to get that one. The Suns go the other way with it.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Crowder from outside. But they recover it. Galloway, the pass to Kaminsky. Booker in the corner. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer. And now an 8-point Suns lead.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And stolen by Booker. Here's Galloway. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Murray. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Galloway taking his time here. Booker outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Crowder. Latrey. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. McGee's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Murray outside. Beyond the arc. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
When Dario is working this hard on the defensive end, it's key because his activity can make a real difference.
And so it's Phoenix holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Suns leading by 8. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Dozier in at the 2 guard. Now here's Kaminsky. And Booker kicks the ball. A shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. The three-pointer, no good. To the wing right side. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. To the inside. And Jokic throws it down.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And what the timing ideal. My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
So it's Phoenix now. Denver getting their last shot to go. A nice shot by Booker.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And here is Murray after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. Murray kicks to Dozier. Gordon for 3. That shot misses. Now the Suns take it the other way. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Now here's Šorić. Pass to Bridges. From the arc. It's hauled in by Gordon.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Dozier. Defended by Bridges. Right side, Millsap. Second chance effort. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Underrated coming into the league and underestimated. Millsap doesn't have any doubters anymore.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding. But he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
And he makes the first. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Andre Ayton's checked in for the Suns. Johnson comes in for Saric. Both free throws good for Millsap. And Phoenix has possession. Now here's Booker. Paul outside. Ayton finds Paul. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Paul's got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns.
And oozing with confidence right now. Paul makes plays off the bounce that others can't.
Jokic inside. He's covered by Ayton. And it's Jokic missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And here's Barton after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. Barton kicks to Jokic. And Porter, here we go. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Paul passes to Booker. Poked away. Barton against Paul. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Booker. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Barton against Paul. Here's Jokic. That shot off. Some solid defense from Ayton. Paul passes to Ayton. Now Booker. The dish to Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Will Barton.
Phoenix. Johnson. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in. And both free throws good for Johnson. Here's Murray. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Jokic kicks to Barton. Pass to Dozier for the 3, and Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Phoenix calls timeout. They're up by 12. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. The Nuggets trail by 12. Murray with it. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Suns.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Devin Booker.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Porter. Out of hand on it. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And there it is for him. Bulls got the lead up to 14 now for the Suns.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Jokic, right wing, for 3. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. So it's the Suns winning easily here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching.